Good morning from a very sunny Scotland today. A bit weird, this big ball in the sky with fire breathing down on us. Yeah, not very often we get that at the moment. So I just watched a video about farming in colder climates, or homesteading in cold climates. I hope you can hear me. I actually had to put the microphone on because I get a bit fed up with the wind. And I thought, everybody thinks Scotland, this is certainly the north of Scotland, is always covered in snow. But it's actually not. It can be. This part of Scotland, you have weather when you have a bit of snow. So there's little bits on the ground. It's coming, it's going. And then you'll have winters, they say generally a 7-year cycle, when you will have literally 8 to 10 foot of snow. But there was a workshop here and it collapsed, and it collapsed under the weight of the snow. You don't know what you're going to get from one year to the next. We can have next to no snow. That's not a pond there. That's part of my drive. The wind is a big issue up here. A very big issue. Rain, I mean, within the space of 2 hours a few days ago, we had snow, sun, rain, wind, snow again. Oh, that's in 2 hours. But it's like that all the time here. So one thing that we always have handy are, I think you call them crampons in America. Here they call them, well, probably most parts of the world. Here they call them slippers, ice grips. You should always have extra hay and bedding for your animals in case the snow comes and it doesn't go away and you can't get to collect any, or they can't deliver any. You also have to have good relationships with other farmers in the area that have got extra stores of animal feed and animal bedding in case you need them to bring some in their big massive tractors to you. You always have to be prepared, but it's not prepared like somebody in Canada who knows they're going to get snow for 3 to 6 months of a year. You have to be prepared for the wind to blow down your buildings, for your farm to get flooded. The wind's only supposed to be, whilst they were saying it was terrible wind, they were saying 35 to 40. That's nothing up here. Nothing at all. We start worrying when we get to about 65, 70 mile an hour winds. And it happens pretty regular, to be honest. We get sheets of ice over the farm. Now I don't mean bit of ice on the tracks. I mean, you can walk out the door, every building, every surface, the floor, the grass, everything is covered in ice, and you're talking 1 inch, 2 inches, anything more than that. And you know, in a way, snow's better because the horses can get through the snow to eat the grass, as can the sheep and everything. But when it's ice, it's more difficult for them. And then, of course, you've also got problems of them slipping over. I've only known once a really bad sheet of ice over the entire farm, and that was about January, early January time. And it was really, really bad, and it lasted for a few days. So I was paranoid that I was going to get broken legs on animals, and luckily I didn't. Oh, my growing season. We get snow in May. We get snow in September. Means I have June, July and August where I'm not likely to get a frost. Doesn't mean I don't, it means I'm not likely. That's my growing season, 3 months. And one of the issues that I have is, everybody knows I'm not a good gardener, but I really enjoy trying, and I am trying. I'm trying my best. And right now I've got a load of seedlings that are growing, and they're growing quicker and more of them than I expected. Well, of course, it's still February, and I'm thinking now, how am I going to keep these alive until they can go outside? Probably not until the end of May or June. So now I'm learning all about that, but it is all a learning curve, and that's, you know, that's life. I mean, but you see all the bad things that I'd said, you've also then got to look at the good things. So the cold, the ice, the snow, it kills off a load of parasites. It kills off a load of bugs. So therefore I've got less bugs to eat all of my garden. It just leaves the goats. But and the animals have less parasites. And this has been proven because I've had testing done, and all of my parasite, worms, whatever you want to call them, tests that I've had done on the animals have come back as 0. And I can't really remember a time when everything came back 0. So the winter helps here, the cold helps, the ice helps, the snow helps. Good things. It's beautiful. The snow is beautiful. Even when it's icy, it's beautiful. Even when it's windy, it's beautiful here. It's so pretty. All year round, there's always something to look at. There's a lot of evergreen trees. And it is beautiful. And a lot of people who will just be doing the gardening, you know, just growing plants, in this sort of climate, they'll say, well, it forces you to take a break through the winter. I can see what they're saying, but I've got animals as well. So, but it does mean that I have more time in the winter to spend on the animals because I don't have any plants that I can do anything with, really. But then in the summer, when the animals need less tending to, I then have more time for the plants, which is brilliant. It works. It works quite well. Stay there, dogs. Let's just go have a look at my lovely seedlings. This is my growing room. Windows on 3 sides. Ignore the tomatoes. I've not watered them in months, and look at that. They're still fruiting and ripening. But yeah, I really need to probably throw them away, really. So things that grow really well up here. Onions. In theory, potatoes grow really well up here because over 70% of seed potatoes all around the world come from Scotland. Because of that, there was a specific job called a tatty roga. And that person's job is to go around the potato farms and pull up any potatoes that show even the slightest sign of any illness. And it's a job you have to be trained to do because you've got to see them all at the very beginnings rather than wait until they're in full blight. So because of that, you don't generally get blight up here because whilst there's a lot of potatoes being grown, they deal with the slightest thing straight away. So here I've got kale and I've got spinach. They grow well. Radishes grow here. Chickens grow well here. And look at this spinach. He's got leaves. They didn't have these yesterday because I was playing around with these yesterday and I turned them around because I don't want them all to just grow in one direction. And then suddenly, loads of them have got this second set of leaves. Isn't that fantastic? I probably need to repot those, I'm not sure. Here's chickens. This one here, that's Boots. We've got a bad leg, a wonky, well, one of his legs works, the other doesn't work very well. Might see him hop in a moment. And the black hen next to him is his girlfriend, Lacey. They live very happily together. So these are two of my pots of onions. Growing fantastically. Look at those. This is another lot of white Lisbon, I believe. Now, you see, I was quite upset because my leeks haven't grown. I'd put this on. We've got a heater in here. And I just picked this up today. And look! I have a baby leek. And what's more, I have a second baby leek. I have two little baby leeks. I'm so excited. I've never grown leek before. Never. I'm so excited. So, carried on moving along, you know, Brussels sprouts, nothing. Oh, may as well just check under my strawberries.